Image SEO. So what is image SEO? In this topic, you learn how to SEO optimize your images. Images are important for SEO. A recent study that analyzed in detail 1 million Google search results concluded that web pages with at least one image had better rankings than content with no images. So SEO benefits from using images in your content. Number one, they make your content more interesting, and this means visitors are more likely to actually read your article. Content with relevant images get 94% more views than content without. Your readers are more likely to share pages with images in social media and shared posts has more chances of getting more social media attention than plain text post. According to a recent study by both a post with images get 150% more retweets. They make it easier for you, the writer, to explain a concept or make a point stronger. It's another easy way to enforce your SEO by giving search engines the right signals on what your content is about through image alt text. Your images can rank higher in Google image search and get more traffic to your website. So how to optimize your images for search engines? So how do you optimize your images? A, give your image a short descriptive file name. The alt attribute describe the image. This helps Google understand what this image about. Write a short caption on the page below each image. Put important information in text rather than images. So it's important. So let's look at the checklist when you're doing image SEO. Number one, optimize the image file name, optimize the image file size, use responsive images, optimize the image alt text, optimize the image caption and title, optimize image placement. Don't add important text inside an image. Add structured data image schema. Add open graph meta tags. Use an image sitemap. Avoid having images and no text to describe it. So let's look at these checklists in detail. The first thing is optimize the image file name. And how do you do this? The name of the image is the first thing to check before even uploading the image to your website. Image file names should be informative and accurately describe the image. When you purchase an image or take a photo using your phone, they usually have names like DC0001 image or similar. That doesn't make any sense. Instead, you should rename your image to a more meaningful name that is whatever name, link building guidelines, something that is useful. So in other words, the file name should describe the image in the least number of words that is possible. So optimize the image file size. So after you've changed the name to a more relevant name, the next thing is the size of the file. As a general rule of thumb, the smaller the image is in bytes, the better, because smaller images would load faster. Large images take longer to load and it can negatively impact the user experience, especially for mobile users. So a good practice is to use image optimization tools that can reduce the file size of an image without losing the quality. For all the images I use in my content, I first open them in Pixel, Matter or similar, Photoshop, resize them, and then export them so that you can have them resized, reduced in size, but then still have similar resolution like the original. So before you upload an image, you need to optimize the size of the size. which is very, very important to reduce the file size without affecting the quality. So besides image Optim, another great tool that you can actually use is image compressor. This is available online and you can actually use it. So number one, the name of the image has been optimized, the file size. The next thing is use responsive images. Since version 4.4, there is a native support for responsive image in WordPress. So from WordPress, now on 4.4, there is a support for responsive image. This means that when you upload an image to your pages or posts, WordPress will create a number of smaller images in different sizes and would automatically fetch those to use depending on the device they are using. If you are not on WordPress, you can implement responsive image using your CSS, and there's a plugin that can actually help you do that. So here is an example of how responsive image work. Number one, you upload a big image to your post. The file size of the image is that big. When users on mobile view your page, they won't have to download this image and waste their bandwidth. But WordPress will automatically show users an image that is smaller in size, and this results in less bandwidth and faster loading speed. So optimize the image alt text, and this is also very important. Alternative text or alt text attribute is a text that accurately described your image. It is added to the image tag in the HTML of a page. Here is an example of an image alt text. So you have you can see a text that is added to this, the alt text. This is the alt text. So you can actually optimize this. So it's not shown when a page is viewed in the browser, but it becomes visible when an image cannot be loaded. The search engine crawlers read the alt text value, and screen readers use it to describe the image to users who cannot see it. So why is image alt text important? So providing an alt text for your images is important for four main reasons. First, the value is shown in place of image when the image cannot be loaded. So this is important. Second, the alt text improve the accessibility of your page. Users who are visually impaired and use screen readers can hear a description of the image. Search engines use the alt text to understand what the image is all about. And it's also good for SEO. In case the image is used as a link, the alt text is used as an anchor text. So the importance of alt text and SEOs, as already explained, alt text is the most important element to configure when optimizing images because it helps search engine crawlers understand the subject matter of the image. It is not the only element. They also use image processing algorithms to figure out what an image is about, but the alt text, if used correctly, gives the image a big hint. So alt text help a web page rank in web search results. So Google can sometimes rank a web page in search results based on the value of the alt text. To take advantage of this for SEO purpose, make sure that your alt text include the keyword or close related keywords you want the page to rank, but without doing keyword stuffing. So don't put too many keywords there. So you can look at some examples of alt text that we have used. So alt text is a must if you use lazy loading. Lazy loading is a way to improve the loading speed of a page by loading images only when they are in the user's viewport. In other words, instead of loading all images at once, they are loaded individually as users scroll down a page. So how do you write a good alt text? Let's see how to write a good image alt text that will help search engines, but without doing keyword stuffing. So the alt text should accurately describe the image. We emphasize this. The main reason for having an alt text in the first place is to have a textual description of an image. An accurate description is one that helps users and search engines understand what an image is about without looking at the image at all. So how to choose an alt text? So number one, when choosing an alt text, focus on creating useful information-rich content that uses keywords appropriately and is in context of the content of the page. Avoid filling alt attributes with keywords as it results in a negative user experience and may cause your site to be seen as spam. So keep it short, but avoid single word alt text. Keep the length of your alt text around 125 characters, but avoid using single word, especially in cases of common images. The alt text can increase your chances of ranking high for long-tailed keywords in Google image search. Consider the alt text of this image. Not so good alt text. You can see it brownies dot jpg, that's the alt text, is brownies. So a good alt text, you can see brownies.jpg or chocolate brownies with strawberries on top. So you can see more long alt text. So use your main keywords in your description. I've mentioned about above that you should use your keywords without crossing the line and start doing keyword stuffing. To help understand this better, follow the guidelines below. Use images that are relevant to your content. If you add images that are not relevant to the rest of the content, you won't be able to have an alt text that is descriptive and keyword rich. Don't always use your main keywords, but use semantics related to keywords. Many times it's difficult to have the main keywords in the alt text. A good alternative is to use related keywords. So no need to include the word image or picture. Search engine crawlers know that this is an image, so no need to repeat that in the alt text. Use an alt text to talk about the image. Do include an alt text for all images. You should add an alt text to all your images, including your logo images used on your buttons and images used as backgrounds. Remember, the main reason for having an alt text is for better accessibility. So keep that in mind. So how to set the alt text of an image? Number one, there are two ways to do this. Manually, by editing the HTML code through your CMS or your content management system. Add the alt text. How do you go about doing this? You edit the HTML code. When you add an image element to your HTML, you can specify the alt text value by adding the alt equal value goes here within the image tag. For example, you can see here how this has been added. So another way is to add in WordPress and other content management system. So most modern content management systems allow you to define the alt text using their visual tools and without having to manually edit the HTML code. So if you are on WordPress, you can specify the alt text by editing the image from media library or when adding an image to post. So you can actually optimize this from there. So optimize the image caption and title. Besides the alt text, search engines can use image title and caption to better understand the subject matter. If your image it's necessary. With you can put a caption that can help them. Optimize placements. You can position your image anywhere you want in the page, but if you want a particular image to be taken into account by search engines as an important image of your content, it's customary. You need to make it unique, so you need to add it closer to the top with the relevant alt text, image title, and caption. So don't add important text inside the image. So avoid having text in the image. That's important for users to read. Enable embed text or embedded text is hard to read by both search engines and users. So to describe image, users use the caption, and to search engines use alt text. So add structured data, or alternatively called image schema. So schemas help search engines understand the content of a page better. In case of an image, you can implement the image schema by adding the relevant structured data and markup on your web pages. So Google may display your image as rich result and drive more traffic to your website. Add Open Graph meta tags. Open Graph is a protocol introduced by Facebook. The concept is similar to the schema markup, where you use tags to help crawlers identify the important parts of your content and their meaning. Open Graph tags allow you to specify which image Facebook and other social networks would use when users click the share or like buttons from your website. When you have a page with more than one image, you can use the image tag to tell Facebook which image to use. The best way to add Open Graph protocol support to your WordPress website is to install the Yoast SEO plugin. So you can also use an image sitemap. I've explained the importance of having an optimized XML sitemap in the previous topics. For image SEO purpose, you can further enrich your sitemap to provide information about your image, or use a dedicated image sitemap. If you choose to include images in your existing sitemap, you can use the example below as a guide. If you use Yoast SEO to generate XML sitemap, images are already included, so you don't need a separate sitemap depending on what tool you use. So avoid having images and no text. So don't forget that search engines cannot read the text if it is embedded in an image. So for maximum SEO, avoid having pages full of images and no text. So what are the key learnings from image optimization, images and SEOs? So images are important from an SEO perspective and are also vital for making your content more interesting and readable. So use an alt text on all your images to help visually impaired users navigate your site better. At the same time, the image alt text is the most critical factor for ranking image high in Google search, but it can also help your page rank higher in Google web search. A good alt text is short but descriptive. It accurately describes the image with keywords that users might use in a search engine search box. So thank you for being part of this course on image optimization and SEO. We will see you in the next video.